अच्छा, हम लोगों ने अभी तक I mean, first of all, mashallah, this is the first year we are closing today. 22nd हो गई, हमने 23rd of October last year start किया था. So it's a great milestone. So what we have done, of course, of lots of ism. So what I want to do is I want to give you little bit more about ism today, and then close the topic of ism for now, and then move into a different topic, which is fi'l. Yeah, I think the next topics on the ism and the jumla ismiya and all of those things that are coming, we can also do that in conjunction with fi'l. Yeah, I think that will be workable. So what we will do is today we will do abnormal structure. Normal structure of ism-based sentences. That's what we will do. So what happens जब जगह fluctuate होती हैं, a sentence which is A, B, C structure changes into, for example, a BA structure, or sorry, no, CA structure, and it changes into, for example, A, C, B structure. These are two abnormalities we will do. Okay, when it happens with CA and it happens with ACE. इसका मतलब है कि the first one is CA. That is basically what you're saying. You're saying that you have a mutalliq bil khabar. You first have a mutalliq bil khabar, and then you follow it by mubtada. Okay? Whereas in the normal structure, what you have, this is a normal structure. You have mubtada, then you have khabar, and then you have mutalliq bil khabar. Right? That's the normal sequence. So in CA, what happens is the mutalliq bil khabar comes before the mubtada. Okay? And of course, this is a case when mubtada is proper. We did last time when mubtada is common, it has to be muakhar, it has to be delayed. That's a normal structure. But in case of a proper mubtada, when the mutalliq bil khabar comes before it, that is an abnormal situation. Another example we will do is with when you have mubtada in a normal place, and then you have a muta'alliq bil khabar coming before the khabar. Muta'alliq bil khabar coming before the case. In this case, also mubtada is proper because this is a normal structure. And normally, mubtada should be proper. Okay, just few things you should always keep in mind. Normally, mubtada is proper in a normal circumstances. Okay, in a normal structure. Normally, the khabar is common. It's usually not proper. So when the khabar is proper, then there is something going on, something specially going on. It can be because of various reasons. But in a normal sentence structure, like a huwa Muslimun sentence structure, you would find mubtada as proper and khabar as common. That is a normal structure of a sentence. Okay? So when it does not happen, then there is some abnormality. Okay, so these 2 points, please note, when mubtada is normally proper and khabar is normally common. The case when mubtada can be common is when it is made muakhar, when it is delayed. Right? So we did that last time. You remember the examples last time that we did? Is that clear so
But that
far?
was a norm. That was a normal case, right?
Correct.
Even if it's a mocker, it's a normal case.
Correct. When इसको यहाँ पे लिख लेते हैं, when mubtada is common, it has to be delayed. Okay,
And then
It
we
has
also
to be fulfilled.
उसको बोलते हैं फी महल्ली नसब या जार जो भी होगा ना उसके हिसाब से.
So the delayed is muakhar.
Yeah.
Delayed is muakhar that we did last time. And delayed is muakhar, basically. That's what we call it. Yeah, जो फी महल्ली है वो डिटेल में करेंगे वकास भाई, उस पे भी कंफ्यूज और ना हो. So when the mubtada is common, it has to be muakhar. It means muta'alliq bil khabar will come before it. This is not the abnormality. This is not this case. This is the case when mubtada has to be proper. I'll give you some examples. So let's pick up the CA, the first case, the CA case. In the CA case, for example, a very simple example is that you all should know. Lillahil hamdu. Lillahil hamdu. When you go for a Eid namaz, what do you recite? Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, wa Lillahil hamdu. Lillahil hamdu. So what you are saying is your mubtada is a proper ism and it is delayed, it is muakhar, and your muta'alliq bil khabar is coming before it, which is an abnormal structure. So in a normal structure, you have this one as well in the Quran. Alhamdu lillahi. You know this, right? That's the normal structure. Normal structure. Okay? But when you have lillahi alhamd, you have swapped the places. So this the one above is a CA case. It's an abnormality because mubtada is proper and it is coming after the muta'alliq bil khabar. When you have such a situation, then this situation brings in the concept of exclusivity. Oops, English keyboard. Exclusivity or onlyness. Okay, so the one above you would say normally you would the one below you say the praise and gratitude. That's how alhamdu is translated. The praise and gratitude, let's say in simple English, is for Allah. Okay? That's what you would say in this one, in the normal case. But in the case of abnormal case, you will bring that exclusivity. The praise and gratitude is only for Allah. Is only for Allah. So this only comes, although it's not a word anywhere, but it comes because there is an abnormal sentence structure. Okay? In Arabic language, you don't have words for everything. Sometimes you have the swapping of the word, the positioning of the word that also changes. You may have noticed in Arabic language, you don't have punctuations. You don't have exclamation marks or full stops or commas or colons. You don't have those things in the Arabic language, right? So everything is done through the structure of a sentence. So when you have the abnormal structure in which muta'alliq bil khabar is muqaddam, I'm using terminology so you get used to it. Muta'alliq bil khabar is muqaddam, meaning early, or you can also call it when mubtada is muakhar, it's delayed. Okay, and it's a proper mubtada, then it's the case of exclusivity. Okay? In Arabic, it's called ikhtisas, but you don't need to remember that. It's exclusivity. Right? So it is used quite widely in the Quran. Okay? Any questions so far?
So in case of Lillahi alhamdu, ye abnormal structure hoga na, Dr. Sahab?
Ji, this is abnormal structure.
And the reason, as you mentioned, is because we are just putting the exclusivity into it.
Fahad, can I extract this thing that the abnormal case is usually for those purposes when we try to emphasize or trying to bring exclusivity as well?
Yes, exclusivity for sure. Exclusivity, when you have to show onlyness, an exclusive relationship. For example, I'll give you another example. So in the Quran we say wa lillahi junudu. Wa lillahi junudu as-samawati wal ard. Wal ard. So this is quite a famous phrase in the Quran. Walillahi junudus samawati wal ard. Okay. Now, junud means armies. Let's decode this little bit. Okay. Wa, you see, is a connector, right? Lillahi, you would immediately see as a jar majroor, right? So, and you're going from right to left and you're trying to decode what's happening here. Then you find junudu. Junudu is light, no al, and it's followed by jar. It's an idafa. The armies of the skies, right? Stop me if you're not getting what I'm saying. And then you have a vow, which is another connector vow, which actually takes the same effect, takes the jar status to al-ardi. And what you're saying basically, and becomes a part of one big mudaf ilay. And with junudu, it becomes the full idafa. Junudus samawati wal ard, armies of the skies and the earth. And because the mudaf ilays are proper, junudu becomes what? Proper. Right? Now it's rafa. It's rafa, and in a normal circumstances, khabar is not proper. Khabar is common, and it's the first rafa that you have found. When you find the first rafa and it's a proper rafa, it's quite likely it's a mubtada. Right? So what you're going to say, okay, junudus samawati wal ard, it's all connected, it's one big fat mubtada. Okay, but where is the khabar and mutalik bil khabar? And you realize it's actually before it. So the mutalik bil khabar is muqaddam, or mubtada is muakhar, it's delayed. So what you're going to say is, okay, it is saying the armies of the skies and the earth are only for Allah. You understand? That's where only comes in. Onlyness, because it's an abnormal structure. It's still, this is the part which is B. This is A, and lillahi is C. It's a CA structure. You get it?
But the translation will always be, even when we do the translation, the part A will always write first.
Yes, mubtada is always written first because mubtada is the starting of the sentence. You know the word in Urdu, ibtada, right? It's coming from the same family. So ibtada, mubtada. Mubtada is the starter of the sentence. It's the subject of the sentence. And when you write the subject, you usually write it before. Okay. And of course, remember, mubtada is a word before is. When we were kindergarten kids, we learned that. Mubtada is a word before is, and then you have to write before is, in this case, this are. Okay. But is that exclusiveness clear? How it is achieved? So it's just by changing the structure of the sentence. Okay? You achieve this exclusiveness. I'll give you another example.
And when you say इनको मुअख्खर कर दिया हमने, जो स्ट्रक्चर में इसमें जो हमारे वलिल्लाही जो बेसिकली इसमें तो ये खबर थी ना, तो हम शुरू में लेके आए. So that's how we achieve the exclusivity.
मुताल्लिक बिल खबर थी.
मुताल्लिक बिल खबर, yes.
जी बिल्कुल. हम शुरू में ले आए उसको. मींस शुरू में लाने को मुकद्दम कहते हैं अरबी में. यानी पहले ले आए आप. ठीक है. और डिले करने को मुअख्खर कहते हैं अरबी में. ठीक है. तो या आप कह सकते हैं कि मुब्तदा को हमने मुअख्खर कर दिया, या आप कह दें कि हमने मुताल्लिक बिल खबर को मुकद्दम कर दिया.
मुताल्लिक भाई, वो उर्दू में कहते नहीं है कि आप हमारे लिए बहुत मुकद्दम है.
हाँ
और
यार,
हमारे लिए बहुत अजीज है।
जी बिल्कुल, मुकद्दम और मुअख्खर।
ये आप सिर्फ बता रहे हैं कि यू ऑल्सो मीन इट तला?
ये
सर आई मीन
बता रहे हैं सर, ये बता रहे हैं।
अच्छा सही।
हम इनके लिए कितने मुकद्दम है, हमें आइडिया हो चुका है सर स्टॉकहोम जाके।
ठीक हो गया। अच्छा, एक और इंटरेस्टिंग एग्जांपल देखते हैं। ये इन्नमाल उसरी यूसरा हमने शुरू में एक दफा की भी थी, मैंने आप लोगों को स्ट्राइविंग फॉर विजडम में थोड़ा सा इसका बताया था। सो इट्स अ फेमस आया, इन्नमाल उसरी यूसरा। नाउ you should know inna, right? So it's a
हर्फ ऑफ
harf of
नसब
nasab, and you should be able to find its ism as well. What is the ism of inna?
युसरा।
Yusra. Yusra is the ism of inna. Now they are not together, right? So they are distant apart now because they tolerate the long distance relationship. जी?
पे एक क्वेश्चन है, जो पिछला वाला था इसमें मुब्तदा जो होगा वो सिर्फ द आर्मीज होगा या पूरा आर्मीज ऑफ द स्काईज एंड द अर्थ होगा पूरा मुब्तदा?
Actually तो था आर्मीज ही, लेकिन because it's connected to a samavati as mudaf ilayh, and then with a connector vaw and then with ardi, the entire fragment will be the mubtada.
ठीक है,
ठीक है?
थैंक यू।
So अब आपने देखा this inna and yusra. So I'll color code them. So this is red and this is red. Now this is a harf of nasab, and you know harf of nasab is always mubtada, right? We learned that harf of nasab is always mubtada. Now Allah could have said inna yusran ma'al usri. Allah could have said that inna yusran ma'al usri. In that case it would be the same, it would be the correct sentence structure. But why did Allah break it apart and put ma'al usri in the middle? What is ma'al usri from the sentence perspective? What is ma'al? Any ideas? Ma'al.
Special mudaf.
Special mudaf. Excellent. And when you have a idafa with special mudaf, it is what? A, B or C?
C.
It's C. It's muta'alliq bil khabar, right?
Yeah.
So what Allah decided is He put inna here and He delayed the yusra and He put the muta'alliq bil khabar in the middle, right? So this is also considered muta'alliq bil khabar muqaddam or mubtada muakhar, because the full mubtada did not come together. When part of the mubtada is after, it is also muakhar. It is also considered delayed. Okay, so this is another example where you have harf of nasab coming together and the mubtada is delayed. So this one, let's try to translate this one. So inna is certainly or indeed, right? Ma'al usri is yusra. Yusra means ease, right? Indeed ease, for example. And al usri means difficulty. Ma means with a special mudaf. Indeed is with difficulty. Now let's stop here. Let's see if it is really giving us the right translation. So if I had to do it in a simpler way, I would pick the muqtada inna and yusran and I'll put it before the is, and I will do with difficulty, which is muta'alliq bil khabar, and put it after. That's the basic level of translation. But the sentence structure is not telling me this. It's not telling me. It's basically with the difficulty. So it's not telling me this. There is an abnormality here. It's a muta'alliq bil khabar muqaddam. Therefore, I have to bring this exclusivity in it. Indeed, a is only with the difficulty. It's only with the difficulty. You understand? Is that much clear?
Yes. और फाद ये नॉर्मल स्ट्रक्चर इसलिए था कि हर्फ ऑफ नसब बिल्कुल साथ साथ नहीं थे।
जी।
हर्फ पहले आया, उसका इसम बाद में आ गया, और बीच में जो है बेसिकली स्पेशल मुदाफ आ गया। ठीक है
जी, बिल्कुल। When अगर हर्फ ऑफ नसब साथ होता और ब्रेक ना हुआ होता, then it would have been a pretty normal case.
ये जो माल उसरी यूसरी है, स्पेशल मुदाफ, अच्छा ये इदाफा ही है बेसिकली
जी, this is all idafa with special mudaf, that's why muta'alliq bil khabar. So that's the first category of abnormal structure. Okay, so इस तरह की बेशुमार मिसालें आपको मिलेंगी कुरान के अंदर. ओके
भाई ये मेरा ख्याल आपने जो शुरू में भी आपने ये वाला बताया था ना,
इन्नमाल उसरी युसरा,
बहुत पहले मेरा ख्याल के
जी,
इसकी
we
ब्रेक
did
होने
a
की वजह
striving
क्या
for
है?
wisdom session. जी जी,
जी जी
we
जी
did the striving for wisdom session and I explained that to you. इसमें और बहुत कुछ है सीखने को. For example, difficulty is proper, but ease is not proper. Right? So what message do we get out of it? There's a specific difficulty you're going through, but ease Allah does not specify where He is going to give you, right? So it's not a specific ease Allah is talking about. So that could mean many things. That could mean that this difficulty is needed for you, but there is ease that is coming with this difficulty which you yet do not know and may or may not be related to the difficulty you're going through. It may also mean that there is not one ease, there's many eases coming. Right. So, I mean, when you go into the balagha level of decoding of this ayah, there's so much wisdom that you get out of it. So, if you look a little bit more closely on this, it's a very, very powerful ayah. Okay, and we normally recite it without knowing what's going on here. So, at least for now, when you recite next time in Namal Usri Usra, consider there is an exclusivity here. I think it's an abnormal structure, and Allah is saying that you will only get ease when you have difficulty. So how would you feel the blessing of ease if you don't have difficulty? How would you feel if it is light if you don't have dark? How would you feel if you are no longer hungry when you never experienced hunger? Right? So there is always a connection. Okay? So it's a very, very beautiful message. Okay. Okay. Now the second abnormal structure, this is, I mean, this is what it is, this abnormal structure, CA. So mubtada is muakhar and muta'alliq bil khabar is muqaddam. Okay, that's what it is. Okay? And brings exclusivity. The second structure is the ACA structure. ACB structure, sorry. Let me take it to the next page. ACB structure. ACB structure means you have mubtada and you have muta'alliq bil khabar and then you have a khabar. For example, in the Quran you have wallahu, it means mubtada stays as normal. For example, wallahu ala kulli shay'in.
बहुत ये भी एबनॉर्मल स्ट्रक्चर है, क्योंकि हमने
जी
बहुत सारी एग्जांपल की थी जिसमें ए सी बीच में आ रहा था जब
जी
हमने
जी
पहले पढ़ा था सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर, तब हमने इसको एबनॉर्मल नहीं डिक्लेयर किया था,
क्योंकि उस वक्त मैंने आपको एबनॉर्मेलिटी बताई नहीं थी ना.
ओके,
मैं आपको बताता आपको समझ ही नहीं आता.
राइट.
और फाद भाई जो BA सेंटेंस है या BCA या BAC,
जी
वो भी एबनॉर्मल ही होंगे.
एबनॉर्मल सेंटेंसेस काफी तरह के हैं. ठीक है, मैं आपको दो बता रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. और इसके अलावा बहुत सारे हैं, लेकिन जो कुरान रेलेवेंट ज्यादा है, दैट्स व्हाट वी आर डूइंग.
वो ये दो हैं. ठीक
जी ठीक है. ऑफ कोर्स देयर आर अदर्स इन द कुरान, बट they also require a little bit more of Arabic understanding.
बट
So
फाहद जब ट्रांसलेशन करेंगे तो उसमें मुब्तदा ही पहले लिखेंगे ट्रांसलेशन के वक्त.
जी जी, मुब्तदा comes before.
फिर मुतालिक बिल, फिर खबर, फिर मुतालिक बिल खबर, या खबर और मुतालिक बिल खबर से कोई लिंक नहीं है ट्रांसलेशन में.
नहीं है, यानी वो वाला सीक्वेंस जो है, यूजली ट्रांसलेशन सीक्वेंस यही होता है, मुब्तदा खबर मुतालिक बिल खबर. What sentence structure abnormality gives you is that what else is coming, how they are being enhanced, either with exclusivity or with emphasis, or then you try to fit in those words that actually indicate that right emphasis in the translation wherever the English language allows you. ठीक है ना. आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज को भी आपने करेक्ट तरीके से यूज करना है. तो व्हेन यू एंड अप इन अ ट्रांसलेशन इन इंग्लिश, then it doesn't necessarily always corresponds to word translation. It may look very different from what Arabic is. Yeah, तो अब जैसे ये पिछली एग्जांपल थी, inna mal usri yusra. So if I had not brought the mubtada together, although in the Arabic mubtada is not together, right? But English requires me to bring the mubtada together. And then with difficulty is another part which I have to keep it together. But onlyness I have to decide where to put in. Only indeed is with the difficulty doesn't make sense. Indeed is with the difficulty only might make sense. Right? So you have to fit in only where you think the correct English language structure would allow. Right? So that freedom you have. But generally mubtada is brought together and written before, and then the khabar and muta'alliq bil khabar according to the target language structures. अगर आप इंग्लिश में कर रहे हैं या उर्दू में कर रहे हैं, उसके हिसाब से. ठीक, कोई रूल नहीं है इसके ऊपर. It's a common sense thing. ACB structure, you can see wallah, Allahu is the mubtada, Wow is the connector, and Allahu is the mubtada. You also see right after Allahu, you have ala kulli. Ala kulli is jar majroor. And you know kulli shay'in is idafa. It's all connected. So this ala kulli is muta'alliq bil khabar. And then you have qadirun. Qadirun is a khabar which is common. It's a ism in rafa and common. In the normal structure, in a normal case, a khabar is supposed to be common. Okay, so what you find here is you have A, C, and B structure, in which you can say कि मुताल्लिक bil khabar मुकद्दम हो गया. ठीक है, मुब्तदा is in its place, but मुताल्लिक bil khabar मुकद्दम, or you can say the khabar is muakhar. The khabar has been delayed. Right, so this is another structure which you will find in the Quran. In this structure, there can be many things that can happen. There's no just one thing. Previously, what we did with CA structure, it was primarily the exclusivity thing. But here there could be many things. So for example, it could be because of emphasis, speciality, things like that. So you can have ihtimam, you can have emphasis, you can have any little bit more emphasis, or you want to make little bit more special something. These two things usually are done in this type of sentence structure, and you only get to understand that from the context of your Quranic decoding. When you're doing the ayah, you find this structure, then you see what's going on and what exactly is going to be uh, uh, the reason of this. And it requires a little bit more of balagha studies as well. Okay? But just to translate this. So Tala, your point, mubtada is the word Allah. So we're going to pick the mubtada first. Okay, it's the starting of the sentence, Allah. And then we know there is an invisible is. This is a break in the chain scenario. You see, this is a break in the chain scenario. It's like a Alhamdulillah case. So there's a break in the chain, and you say is ala kulli shay'in would be, for example, upon each and everything. Upon each and everything, ala kulli shay'in qadir means, for example, powerful. For example, like that. So this is the one that where you have to put either emphasis or speciality. So you can, let's say, so Allah is totally powerful, for example. Okay, so Allah is upon each and everything totally powerful or completely powerful, whatever you want to write here. So there can be variations of what how you want to, I mean, say across the emphasis side of the story, right? So this
But can't we write it like only? Can't we write it like only Allah is upon
this
each
is
and everything?
you cannot do only, because this is not the exclusivity case. Exclusivity case is when a proper mubtada is after the muta'alliq bil khabar, the previous one, right? This is the exclusivity case.
Okay.
Okay. This is not the exclusivity. This is either emphasis or speciality. You need to make things a little bit more special, or you need to emphasize on it a little bit more. So,
फादर
जी,
इस केस में ये जो, हाँ जी, इसमें यूं नहीं होगा फिर अल्लाह इज कंप्लीटली पावरफुल अपॉन ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, वो
Very good.
ABC जिस तरह ट्रांसलेशन में.
Very good. बिल्कुल. अब आप देखें, मैंने एक इंग्लिश लिखी and that English sounds little bit abnormal, right? Now you're coming up with a proposal. क्या कह रहे हैं आप? Allah is क्या कह रहे हैं?
Completely powerful.
Completely powerful upon each and everything. Perfect. Very good. What you have done is, I mean, I did literal translation, right? And this literal translation in English language doesn't really make sense that much, right? It's not the best way of saying what is being said in Arabic. So what you did is you actually made it mature, more relevant in English context. The word completely is not used in the Quran in this particular ayah. This is not something that was used here, right? So you brought it here because of the abnormality. And you know this is the abnormality of emphasis or speciality. You need to make either special or emphasize a little bit more. That's why you brought in completely. Powerful you got from Qadirun. Upon each and everything you got from Ala Kulli Shay'in. Clear?
Yes.
ठीक हो गया? Zabardast. What I will do is, I will pause here. Or I will send you a few examples for exercising yourself. Okay? So I will send few things on WhatsApp. Instead of me doing it in the class, I will send you, inshallah, solve them and try to see if you get it. But basically, it's not too difficult. All you need to do is first identify if the mutalik bil khabar is, for example, muqaddam. If the mutalik bil khabar is muqaddam, then you are checking, is it muqaddam from the khabar or is it muqaddam from the mubtada in this case. If it is muqaddam from the mubtada, then it's an exclusivity case. If it's muqaddam from khabar, but mubtada is still in its place, then it's a emphasis or speciality place. Abnormality. Okay. So let's continue this inshallah exercise on WhatsApp. I'll share a few things and try to open Quran and find these types of scenarios. That's your best workbook. Okay. Over time, as we do more, we will inshallah get used to this.
So it will be either CAB. So is before the mubtada, muqaddam, the C general mutallaq bil khabar. So
this one,
yes, it will be either CAB or ACB. ये दो वाले होंगे ना, एक एक्सक्लूसिविटी के लिए और एक एम्फसिस के लिए.
जी, in the previous one, Waqas bhai, I just told you CA. There is usually no khabar.
No khabar ji.
Okay, so CA case hai. Dusra ye wala case, yes, ACB case, that as you're saying.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Ji.
Zabardast. Chale, that's very good. I'll pause the ISM studies here for now. Okay. let's pause the ism studies. Mashallah, you have done a lot of ism. There's still a lot more of ism, but I'm guaranteeing you, if you continue to teach ism, we will be doing ism for the next 5-6 months. Okay, so let's pause ism here, and there are things in ism that are quite strongly related to fi'l as well. Okay, so we'll start the fi'l studies, inshallah, from this point on. And fi'l is a very, very big topic, and it's a very interesting topic, very powerful and rich topic, and it connects with ism in a very, very beautiful way. Okay, so once you know fi'ls and isms, as I said, if you remember in the initial classes, we said there are just 3 types of words in Arabic: ism, fi'l, and harf. So you have experienced harfs, you have experienced lots of ism in the last year, and now inshallah this time we will start the fi'l, which is the last type of word, and things are going to go inshallah more and more mature for you, and in terms of your understanding of the Quran.
Sure.
Okay, so let's start the study of fi'l. So fi'l, now what I will do is I will draw a few things just like we did in the very early classes, so you know. So in Arabic, in English language, what you have, this, if this box is a verb, then you have another box in it. This box is the verb, and you have another box in it. Let's say it's a black box, and this box is action. It shows some action, right? And then you have another box in it. Then you have another box in it that shows tense, meaning time, or call it tense. That's how you know the verbs, don't you? It has an action and it has time, right? What Arabic does, Arabic says, no, my fi'l is much richer than the fi'l in English. It will have action, it will have time, but it will also tell you who actually did that action. Who did that action? Okay. So what Arabic does, Arabic picks up this box. In fact, I'll extend this box. What Arabic does, extends this box, and it puts another box in it. So let's say another box in it. Now this particular box, let's say we mark it orange, and this is the doer. The famous doer we have been doing in ism for the last 1 year now comes to life with fi'l. Okay, that's the doer that you have been doing all this time in the last entire year. So the fi'l in Arabic is composed of 3 things: the action, the time, and the doer of the action. So let's compare it a little bit with the English. So in English, we say, for example, helped, or so I say he helped, for example. So he helped in English, you would just say helped is a verb and he is a pronoun. That's what you would say in English. In Arabic, you would say he helped, the entire thing is a fi'l. It's an entire thing that's a fi'l, because the fi'l has the time, the fi'l has the action, and the fi'l has the doer. Now let's understand. Who's the doer? He is the doer. Okay. What's the action? Help. Help is the action. Okay? Other way around. Help is the action. What's the time? Is it past or present or future? What is it? What is it? It's past. Past. This has happened in the past. Okay, so these are the three things that every fi'l in Arabic has. So when you look at a fi'l, you are actually looking at a full sentence. He helped in itself is a full sentence. Full sentence. Just one Arabic fi'l is full sentence. Okay, so always remember the fi'l of Arabic is bigger than the verb of English. In the verb of English, you just have the action and time. In the Arabic, you have the doer, action, and time. Okay. Now, what could this time be? Now, this time is usually past, present, and future. Usually past, present, and future. Okay. So in the Arabic language, I'll bring present and future together for a reason. Wait a second. In Arabic language, what you have is past, present, and future. The present and future in Arabic are not two different types of fi'ls. They are just one together. They just come along together. So what you do in Arabic, just one word can actually represent future and also represent present, whereas one word can represent past. So there are two types of there are two global categories of fi'ls. One is the past tense fi'l, and one is the present / future tense fi'l. These are just two categories of fi'ls in Arabic language. And when we go deeper into that, we'll see some subcategories coming around from them. But as a fundamental student of Arabic, you need to know the two categories of past tense and the present / future. The present and future is reflected by just one category of fi'l. Okay. Doer is an ism. Doer is an ism. Okay, that's what you need to understand. So because everyone does an action, somebody doing an action has to be an ism. Okay, so he helped, for example, he drove the car. He drove the car. What is the fail in this sentence? What is the fail in this sentence?
Drove.
Drove.
No.
He drove.
He drove. He drove. That's the fail. That's the fail. They played football. What's the fail?
They played.
They played.
They played. That's the fail. This is the Arabic fail. We're not talking about a verb of English. Okay, so always remember, for example, Waqas invites for party. I hope that comes true. And what's the fail?
Waqas invites.
Oh, thank you, Waqas bhai. So
You're welcome.
Waqas invites for party. So Waqas invites. In this one, what is the doer? Waqas is the doer, right? What is the fail? Inviting is the fail. And what's the time? Present. Present is the time, right? So always having doer, action, and time. Okay. Talha and Sohaib sends free food. I hope they do.
Allahu Akbar.
Oh, it's a kind of an impossible condition, but still, सोचने में तो कोई हर्ज नहीं ना. So, what's the fail?
Talha and Suhaib sends.
Yes. In this case, you have two doers,
Yes.
right? You have two doers, and then you have action and you have the tense, which is present. Okay?
डॉक्टर साहब ये सेंटेंस चेंज करने हैं, बाकियों को हजम नहीं हो रहा.
हजम मुझे खुद भी नहीं हो रहा भाई. अच्छा, ये वाला जो sentence है ना, this sentence is little bit complex sentence in fails. We'll do in later, inshallah. But just to get the idea across, whenever we are talking about a fail, you're talking about a doer, you're talking about action, you're talking about time. These three things. Okay? Is this clear? कोई confusion होनी नहीं चाहिए. It's usually pretty simple. Okay. Now, where are we going to start our study? We are going to start our study with the past tense fail. With the past tense fail, which is called in Arabic fail मादी. उर्दू में पढ़ा होगा आप लोगों ने. Fail मादी. मादी is past, as you know. Right? That's where we will start. And you need to understand the structure of the fail to understand what is the doer, what is the time, and action, of course, comes with vocabulary. Okay? So you need to really understand the structure of the fail to understand what is the doer inside it. So whenever I write a fail, this fail has a doer inside it, which is an ism. And that ism is a pronoun. Okay? So by default, every fail has a doer inside it, which is a pronoun. Now, if you have not done pronouns or you're weak on pronouns, you will struggle with fail. Okay, so there's a pronoun hidden inside every fail. I'll give you an example. So I write a fail nasara. So up to this point, if I had written it like this, you would say, oh, it's an ism that is light. Right? But this is actually not an ism. This is a fail. Nasara is a fail. And what you're looking at is the last haraka on the letter, ra. Why is it not color coding? Anyway, you get the point. So what you're looking at is the ra, the haraka on ra. So nasara, this haraka on the ra is indicating you that this fail has a huwa inside it. It has a huwa inside it. Okay, the ending of the fail. So when you talk about past tense fail, you're looking at the ending of the fail, how the fail is ending. You're not worried about how it starts. You're not worried about what's in the is in the middle at this point. What you're worried about is how is it ending. So once you understand how it is ending, you will be able to find the doer of the fail. So the fatha ending.
एक दफा repeat करेंगे चीज.
So right now, you're not concerned about how the word is starting when you're looking at a fail, or what's the haraka in the middle. What you're looking at is the ending of the fail. So your interest is, how is this fail ending? So this fatha on the last word in the past tense fail indicates that there is a pronoun huwa inside it. This fatha in the last past tense fail indicates there's a pronoun inside it. Okay? So if I tell you that the word nasran means to help, you would translate this as he helped. The word nasara would translate to he helped. Okay, and why he helped? Because this he actually comes from the last ending. So you're looking at the fatha ending, and then you know, okay, this fatha is actually corresponding to the inside doer inside this fail, which is huwa. Okay, so you need to understand this ending. And of course, there are 14 of such endings, which you will master in days to come. Okay, and for each of these pronouns. I'll give you an easier one. Let's see if you can get hold of this. So I'll give you khalaqa. You know what khalaqa means?
Create something.
Create.
To create, right? So I'm giving you khalaqa, and what you're looking at is the last word, and you're checking what is the ending haraka on it. It has a ending, right? Khalaqa ending. So when you have a ending in a past tense fail, which pronoun do you have inside it? Huwa. You have huwa. So this is the huwa case again, right? So now that you know it's huwa and khalaqa means to create, can you translate this for me?
Who was he?
He create.
He
He
created, because it's a past tense, right? He created. Okay. Let's do another one. For example, sami'a. Sami'a means to listen. Okay, means to listen. Which letter I'm looking at? The last one. I'm looking at the last haraka and it gives me the a ending. Sami'a. Now in the middle one, you see there is a kasra. I don't care about it right now. I don't care how it starts. So what I'm interested in the last letter, the ending of the fi'l. So this ending will tell me it has a huwa inside it, right? So if sami'a means to listen, what would this fi'l translate to?
He listened.
He listened. Yeah, he listened. So in the Quran, you see.
هو سميع العليم سميع البصير.
خلق الإنسان. خلق الإنسان, right? What does khalaqa mean?
He created.
He created the humans.
The mankind or humans, right? Right? You get it? And then the next ayah says, Allama Qur'ana. Allama al-Qur'an. Surah Rahman. Allama al-Qur'ana. Right? You have Allama. You don't care what's in the middle right now. All you're looking at is the ending. In ending, you have the fatha. So it means which pronoun is inside it?
Huwa.
Huwa. Allama means to teach. Translate it for me.
He taught.
He taught
He
the Quran.
taught.
He taught the Quran.
The Quran. Very good.
फातिहा यानी जब ऐसा होगा तो जरूरी नहीं है कि उसके बाद प्रोनाउन शो हो.
प्रोनाउन कभी शो
एज स्टैंडर्ड कभी भी नहीं शो होगा. कभी भी नहीं
एज
शो होगा.
स्टैंडर्ड फेल के आप प्रोनाउन आपको शो नहीं होगा.
शो नहीं होगा. ठीक है.
What you are learning is how to detect which pronoun is inside it. It's always hidden from you. ठीक है? हमेशा छुपा हुआ होगा वो आपसे, कभी शो नहीं होगा. ठीक है? So fails are always written like this, and it is expected from the Arabic speakers that they know which pronoun is inside it, and the way you know it is by looking at the ending of the fail. Right? Is this much clear? The concept is clear, right? So let me give you another example. So now I have changed the word nasara, which meant he helped, to nasara. Now you're stretching it a little bit with an alif in the end. Now your entire ending you're looking at it is this one. So the nasara and nasara, they are two different things. They're two different things. Okay. The pronoun inside nasara is not huwa anymore. The pronoun inside is nasara is huma. The pronoun inside this one is huma. So when you're looking at ra with an alif ending, ra ending, then you're talking about huma, and huma means they both.
They both.
Yes, they both, or both of them. Okay? So can you help me translate this one? Nasara, the word nasara.
They both helped.
They both helped.
They both helped. Helped. Past tense. Important. It's past tense. Helped. They both helped. So what you are looking at is the ending. That's what I'm telling you. So you've done two for now, Nasara and Nasara. Two and these are two different endings. Never confuse them as the same ending. Okay? Nasara versus the Nasara. The two endings, completely different endings. This is where you have Fatha and Alif, and this is where you have the Fatha only. These two are fails. In the fail world, you don't have the concepts that you learned in ism. There is no status, number, gender, type. There is no Rafa, Nasab, and Jar. That world is the ism world. You will never say this fail is Rafa. Okay? You will never say this fail is proper or common or whatever. You don't say that. Okay? So that world is a different world. So keep it there. So when you're learning fail, you will learn things differently. Okay, and then inshallah, in days to come, you'll start to combine these two worlds together. Okay, so this one, these two, just I think it's a good teaser for this class. Inshallah, in the next class, we'll dive deeper into the study of fail. What you need to understand is the Arabic fail is much, much richer than the English fail. It has the doer, it has the action, it has the time. There are global two big categories, past tense and present/future. Right? So the every fail in Arabic has a hidden doer inside it, which is always a pronoun. Always a pronoun.
And
ये जी
जो है इसमें यानी फतहा और अलिफ होंगे तो फिर वो हुमा होगा
जी when it is fatha and alif then it's huma. If it's fatha only it's हुआ. Okay, ये आप बहुत कंफर्टेबल हो जाएंगे इस पे, टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. I mean in the next classes you will get very comfortable with these things. और इंशाल्लाह आप देखेंगे कि कुरान जिस तरह आप देखते हैं ना अभी, it will change a lot. Fail is a very big topic. It's much bigger topic than ism. Okay, and there are so many things to learn in fail. And if you don't learn fail, you don't really you just can't truly decode the Quran for yourself. फेल के अंदर विजडम इतना ज्यादा होता है. कई दफा अल्लाह ताला किसी किस्म का फेल यूज करता है, कई दफा किसी किस्म का. It's a very beautiful topic. Okay, so inshallah we have started this journey today and we will continue this journey inshallah in days to come. Okay, so I'll leave you at that. I don't want to overload you, but it was a good introduction to fail. Inshallah in the next class we will continue in a much more deeper way. ठीक है? Any questions, shoot them on WhatsApp. मैं आपको कुछ snippets भेजूंगा. Please try to do that for ism, for the abnormal structures. Try to find what you can. ठीक है? Any questions? No? If there are no questions, then thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. Inshallah, I'll see you next Sunday.
अच्छा हमारी क्लास
इंशाल्लाह
9 से 10 तो वो पैलेस्टाइन का सेमिनार देन फॉलोड बाय द क्लास राइट
जी जी उसके बाद क्लास हमारी होगी नॉर्मल.
ओके अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
ठीक है, ओके जी, खुदा हाफिज.
जज़ाकल्लाह खैर.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम.